What's up, Scoop Podcast? I'm your host, Erica Kruppen, and on today's episode, we're going to do a bit of a recap. A lot has happened in the last week or two. We're going to go over the move. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm in my podcast office. I'm no longer in the podcast bedroom studio office. I have an actual office now, and I've been documenting the move over on Instagram. I also want to go back to last week's episode with Will Milliken and answer some questions that were asked over on the YouTube video and just kind of go over some of the things that are in the course because I really think that that is important and it's top of mind to me right now because my husband quit his job. Yep. He quit his whole job last week and we're starting a tree service. And even though the Poop Scoop Millionaire is very like the course is very dedicated for pooper scoopers. A lot of the structure and a lot of the things that's in it is just basic business stuff on like the grounds level and like the Poop Scoop 101. And then there's more advanced stuff. And so honestly, my husband's been checking it out and he's been reading it and we're building a whole tree service this past week and this week. So if you're interested in hearing all about that, stay tuned. Woo! What's been up? How have you been? I feel like we haven't talked in forever. I feel like I've lived 100 lives in the past 2 weeks. There's just been so much going on. So, for those of you that are hanging out with me on Instagram, over on Krupin's Poopin' Scoopin' Instagram, thank you. Thank you for hanging out over there. I made the decision. Let's just talk about it. For the longest time, I was trying to keep Crouppin's Poop and Scoopin', like the business, kind of separated from the social media side of me because I was afraid. I'm like, I don't want my customers to necessarily see me talking about business stuff. So I was trying to have the two separate Instagrams to kind of keep it separated. And that's just my brain wanting to complicate everything. And so for the past year, I've been operating two Instagrams. I can't do it anymore. I decided I'm not doing it. I choose not to. I'm just going to double down on the one Instagram, which is Crouppin's Poopin' Scoopin', and just post everything over there. So I'm doing a mixture of business stuff for like the actual poop scooping customers. Not that I get a lot of customers for Instagram, but they might see me over there. I'm not really too sure. And then it cross posts over into my Facebook business page. Now, if there's certain things that I really don't want cross posted over to Facebook, because I do get a lot of leads and I get a lot of traction from customers. That's like my second largest lead source is Facebook. I just won't cross post it over there. So I'm uploading stories. I'm doing like a mixture of behind the scenes content, pooper scooper content, the move content, like just, all of the things will be over there. So if you aren't following the Croupins Poopin' Scoopin' Instagram, please go ahead and give me a follow. That would be great. I'll include the link down below because over there I've been sharing stories. I'm posting the behind the scenes of like what the heck is going on over here. And I finally have moved the out of the podcast bedroom studio into this office space. And I was I was very excited. I'm still very very excited, but I had like a sense of reality that kind of like hit me where it's like, oh, like this is serious now. Like you have a whole office. Like I have two bathrooms. I have a podcast actual studio. I have an office in the back. I have a kitchen. I have like a open office area. Everything's empty. Everything's still pretty much empty because I just had a little corner. If Mr. Producer, if you could include a little video of the little corner spot that I had in the garage. And so I do need to grow into this space for sure. And at first I was like, I gotta buy this, I gotta buy that, I gotta. Erica, you don't gotta do nothing. You don't gotta do nothing right now. You need to get moved in. You need to get acclimated. You need to relearn the new routines because let's talk about routines really quick. Let's talk about routines. If you're listening to this and you struggle with consistency because you're ADD, ADHD, forgetful, if you have not developed routines yet to keep things consistent and set yourself up for success, I would recommend you do that because that's what I've had to do to kind of make my day flow better so I'm not all over the place. Like I set my purse in the same place, I set my keys in the same place. I'm very routined. And earlier this week I sat my purse down in a different place here in the office. I looked for it for 15 minutes and I was freaking out. I'm like, "Where's my purse? What did I do with it?" Mainly because I haven't developed that routine yet. And that's how I've been able to achieve a lot of the success that I'm achieving by developing those routines and sticking to them and just like repeatedly doing the stuff over and over and over again and just building on top of each other little by little by little. Okay. So I definitely need to relearn the routines. I need to figure out like what the flow is going to be with coming to the office versus like what I'm going to be doing at home. Cause I'm still like, I don't know. I still kind of want to like work at home because it's like it's like cozy and comfy. But I have to break that habit. Like, no, you got to office because you want to get out of the comfort of your home. You want to get into the zone of working. Like I've already done so much work here because there's no distractions. It's just me. You know what I'm saying? There's no dishes. There's no laundry to do. It's just business time. And so I've been able to bust out a bunch of content, which is really nice because it's only like 11:30, and I feel super super productive. And I've been dragging my feet on getting an office because I didn't think I could afford it. I didn't think that the business was worthy of it. 'Cause it's like it's a poop scooping business. Like, do I really need to move out of the garage? Do I really need something nice? But I had some really good people around me that said, "Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely you deserve an office. Absolutely you want to get an office. If that's what you want, you should be able to do it." And so that's another little learning tip. Surround yourself with people that will push you forward and make you be better, and people that don't suppress you and hold you back. You want people that are going to push you. And sometimes it's very uncomfortable, but in my experience, definitely, definitely needed. Moving on. The office thing. I went to the grocery store because there's like a little grocery store next door. I went and like stocked my little refrigerator because, like I said, I had the kitchen. So I got like some goodies and I got some stuff in there and got an ice machine because I love some ice. I got some energy drink. I really shouldn't have fluids around any of my podcast stuff, but I'm gonna take a little sippy sip. And then last night, my husband and I put this together. If you're watching on YouTube, it's behind me. I didn't realize how many of these I was going to need. I ordered 2 packs and I was like, "So what is that going to do?" So then I ordered like another 2 or 3 packs, something like that. Still, what was that going to do? I ordered 5 more packs of each color. So now I will be able to do this entire room. I underestimated the space. But so that's really cool. I'm excited. I'm nervous, all the things. But, anyways, let's switch over to the husband. Okay. So, my husband had a tree service once upon a time when the babies were little. And then he didn't know business. You know what I'm saying? Like he knew how to do the work. He just didn't know the business side of it. And at that time, I was still working at the hospital. I didn't know business. I barely could formulate a paragraph on my own. I was going to school just to learn. I had to take entry level classes to even get me into college because that's how uneducated I was at that time. So we were both just in, we were just in like it was a rough period. It was a really rough time of our relationship, personally, professionally, just all together. I look back at those 2 kids. Oh my gosh, we were just kids. Like, what were we doing? What were we doing? But fast forward, I started this business. I've met some really good people. I've learned a lot. And last week, I don't know what happened, man. He just said, "F it. I quit." He calls me. He's like, "I quit my job." I said, "Huh? You did what? What do you mean you quit?" I said, "Okay." Him and I had been talking, and I knew he was like unhappy with just like some situations, some stuff that was going on. But it was like, does he really want to? Does he not want to? Well, he did. And he said he's going to start his own tree service. I said, "Okay, baby, let's do it." So we started doing some research, and we started researching business names and making sure like the domain was available, making sure like the Facebook was available, the Instagram, make sure there was no trademark on it. And then I reached out to my buddy William and we ran a couple names by him. And he told me, William said that he likes to have a business that has just two names, like no more than that. Keep it pretty simple. So the business is called Branch Buster. Cool, right? And we just decided we're going to do it right from the get go. We reached out to Adam. Adam's the one that did my logo. Adam is going to be working on Josh's logo. He's going to get something that's really sick and super dope. Josh has been scouring the internet to find the equipment that he needs. We reached out to my insurance provider because I already have workman's comp set up. I have general liability and then a marina policy. A marina policy is what's going to cover like the trucks and the trailers and the stump grinder and the chipper and all that other stuff. So we wanted to get a marina policy. We want to make sure we have all the documentation, everything right. We're going to reach out to the payroll company and make sure that we get payroll set up because we want to make sure we're documenting that. Oh, and he did file for his LLC. That was taken care of. And he filed for his FIN number, a federal identification number. If you're listening here in Michigan, if you want to file for your LLC, you go to Laura, or Lara on the Michigan website, and you can file it for $50. You don't have to pay 500, 600, 7, whatever LegalZoom wants to charge you. You don't have to do any of that. You can do it literally right on their website. Wait for the approval, wait till you get your articles of organization. When you get that, you save that and you print it off and you put it somewhere safe because you're going to need that here very soon. Wait 24 hours and then apply for your FIN number, which is your federal identification number. Once you get that, then you're able to go to the bank and you want to open up a business bank account, and they're going to want your license, your articles of organization, and your FIN number or your employee identification number. I believe those two are interchangeable. Now, if I get comments down below from people in Michigan, I will go ahead and I'll include the links for those for the to apply for the LLC and for the FIN number. If you guys want those resources, I can do that, but I'm not going to do it if like nobody from Michigan is listening to this. So I'll wait. I'll wait to see for the comments. So we did all that, got all that figured out, and then we're just waiting. We're just waiting for his business credit card or bank account card to come in the mail. And he was able to apply for a credit card. He got $5,000 in the business name on a credit card, 0% interest. Very nice. Very nice. But we're waiting for that card to come in the mail because he's going to sign up for Jobber immediately. Like no more pen and paper, none of the nonsense. He has seen how streamlined I've been able to run my business with Jobber, and he's just absolutely blown away. So we're going to implement that right away. We're going to set up the onboarding form. We're going to get his questionnaires all set up. And when he goes out and does his estimates, he went and he upgraded from an Android to an iPhone. Yes. And he got a MacBook. So, which is going to be really nice is when he's doing his estimates, he goes out, he's going to take pictures. If people want removals or they want trims or whatever, he's going to be able to doodle on there and like cross out the trees, show them like what he's going to take off. And then he's able to attach that to the quote when he sends a digital quote to the customer electronically. And then he's going to be able to take credit cards. We're going to offer financing for those larger jobs. Like there's just so much that we're just excited and we're ready to do. So he's getting all of that set up. And once he gets the logo, we're going to order the business cards and simple flyers and start blasting the Facebook and start building all of that stuff up. And so I'm really really excited that the school, like the Poop Scoop Millionaire thing, is happening right now because like I know how to start a business, I know how to do all of that stuff, but where I had struggled with like the techie stuff, like I don't understand Google Facebook ads, I don't understand Google, I don't, you know what I'm saying? But inside of the school, which we'll talk about that here in a little bit, like William walks you step by step by step on how to set up targeted Facebook campaigns. You can do it with poop scooping, you can do it with lawn care, you can do it with window cleaning, you can do it with regular cleaning, you can do it with paver installers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this isn't just exclusive to pooper scoopers. The writing, the copy is going to be a little bit different, but the strategies and the techniques are very similar. And we're super excited because I've wasted a lot of money on Facebook boosting posts and just putting out garbage and not really understanding what I was doing. I understand more of like organic content because that's where I didn't have any money. I was broke. So I needed to just produce as much organic content as possible because it was free. It just cost me some time. But now, really trying to get smarter about my time because my time is getting more valuable as the days are going on. And especially with him coming into the tree service, there's a lot more responsibility and there's a lot more at stake. With the poop scooping business, we had a bucket, we had a rake, we had some trash bags. With tree service is a lot different. Like he's got trucks, he's got trailers, he's got a chipper, he has saws. Like there's a lot more that goes into this. I'm glad that I have spent the last 6 years learning a lot with this business. So now I can turn around and help him and guide him. And it's crazy. I always think that he doesn't like pay attention to me. I'm like, this guy don't even pay attention to me. He don't pay attention to nothing but my butt. No, he's always looking at my butt. But you know what? He pays attention to a lot more than just my butt. He has been regurgitating things that I've been talking about and telling him for years. What? I didn't think you were listening to me, sir. And he has been. So it's been cool. It has been. But we've been spending a lot of time together, and the sound of his breathing yesterday was bothering me. So we're gonna have to work through that. Oh, I'm gonna have to work through that. And we've been spending a lot of time away from the dog. And that's been kind of tough, not gonna lie. I miss my honeys. And I can't bring my dog here to the shop. So that sucks. Yeah, but I think that's pretty much it. I think you're pretty much caught up on what's been going on lately. Now, what's going on with this group? Because I do want to talk about that because we dropped a video last week in the podcast from last week and there were some questions. So I kind of wanted to bring those up really quick. The first one, somebody wanted to know if it was like you're locked into a contract if when you sign up for the Poop Scoop Millionaire. Course, no. It's like month to month, a la carte. You're not locked into any contracts or anything. And then that was like the main question from the YouTube. Other people were just telling their experiences, which is really cool. But some of the things I wanted to go over, I'll start with like the Poop Scoop 101. Inside of here, it's like it has different tabs like getting started, your poop scooping equipment, different type of CRMs that you can use. I personally use Jabber. Jabber is a CRM I've been using to run, grow, and manage my small pooper scooper business for the past, I want to say 5 years, I believe. I love Jabber. Absolutely love it. But there are other options in here. We're not going to talk about that. But if you want to use Jabber and you want to support the channel, you want to give it a looky loo, go ahead and click my link down in the description to get your 14-day free trial. Under this tab, switching back over to Poop Scooper 101, choosing your service area, service frequencies, setting your prices, providing the service. There's also safety procedures, disinfectant like policies and procedures because it's really important to disinfect your equipment, routing, how to clean the yard, waste disposal, gate photos, putting it all together, billing and admin customer questions, how to get your first 10 customers, new business marketing, and like frequently asked questions. Then that's just one. That was just like one little baby section. Then you have your Poover Scooper documents, which like you're going to have like resource links, job descriptions, price increase letters, Facebook ads, residential pricing matrix, commercial properties, budget worksheets. Oh, the list goes on and on and on. I haven't even gone through all of this yet, but trust me, we're going to be, because I know I got some stuff I need to tighten up. And then there's also going to be personalized coaching. So there's going to be different people coaching within the community. You'll be paired with the person that's right for you. Like if you wanted to grow, for me, because I'm going to be a coach within it. If you wanted to focus on growing a business from like 0 to 250K, I am eligible to teach that because I have done that. That's proven track. Like my numbers check out. That's what I've been able to do so far. Also, I'm going to do like social media training, how to create content for your business because not only do I have the Pooper Scooper business, but I also have the social media business that I started at the end of last year. So there's different coaches for different personality types, different vibes, all of that. And then there's also like a KPI guide in here, which is key performance index. And it's like hitting your goal revenue, figuring out, let's see, your churn rate, your average monthly ticket, your LTV, sales velocity, formulas and calculations, like all this stuff you know, that maybe us business owners don't quite understand. I know I don't quite understand it yet, but when it's in black and white, it's like right in front of your face, spelled out for you. And he's organized this so well. I always thought, like, you're going to develop a course, Erica, you're going to do it. And I just, at this time, I don't have a brain. I don't have a brain for it to put all this stuff together. And so I'm grateful. I am very grateful that him and Levi, they had reached out to me on the YouTube channel. And all this is kind of happening because there's a lot of us out here that we're lost. We're confused. Like we can do the work, we can figure it out, but we're spending so much time just spinning our wheels. And it's like, oh, and then we're going to get burnt out and our family life's going to suffer, which sucks. So it's cool to have somebody that has proven that, hey, I got a seven-figure business. I've done this multiple times throughout a series of businesses, so it's like a proven track record. And as you guys know, like I don't promote too much stuff here on the YouTube channel and on my podcast unless I really stand behind it. And so with Jobber, I had already used Jobber for quite a long time before I even started telling my community about it. And I really do stand behind this school thing. I think this is wonderful. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and I'm excited. I'm grateful that I'm like an early adopter of it, and I think you should definitely check it out if you want some help because this is I haven't seen anything like this for us pooper scooper. So enough about that with the hitting your like the KPIs and stuff like that. Oh, also like historical revenue max, customer acquisition costs, all that good stuff. And then you click over, there's Facebook ads. He goes through like introduction. He shows you how to set up campaigns. He shows you how to set up budgets, gives you ad creatives like word by word, text by text, even shows you what websites to go to change the font and bold it in your ads. Have you ever seen that on Facebook where you're like, wait, how did they do that? Now I know. I had no idea. It shows you how to spy on your local competitors and a full walkthrough step by step by step, which I'm going to be doing walkthroughs with Jobber. So if you have questions about Jobber, let me know because I'm going to show how to like set up an account mainly because I'm going to be literally going through that with setting up my husband's account. So to be like fresh top of mind. So make sure you get in and leave some questions or comments under the YouTube channel. We got some commercial overviews. He's going to talk about dog waste station, dog waste bags, quoting commercial and resources with that. And then there's SEO, which that's coming soon. Google Ads, which is coming soon, and then how to hire employees coming soon. So there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot going on in here, and then the community board where you just get to like ask questions. You get to ask and people answer. And then there's going to be live Q&As because we just hit over 50 people in the group. So we're going to be doing live Q&A and I'm going to be teaching some social media stuff, I think Thursday. Remind me to check what day it's going to be. I don't I don't want to stand you guys up. So if you want to do a live Q&A, join the group. The link will be down in the description. So yeah, what did Levi ask? What is the most annoying type of yard to clean? This is so funny. Okay. They're hilarious in here. Okay, enough about that. What is the most annoying? What do they say? What do we got? Okay. I'm just gonna give you a little sneak peek. Don't tell Will. Okay, don't tell him. Most of the people voted that big rocks are the most difficult to clean. And then diarrhea on concrete and patio. Ugh. Which one do you hate the worst? I hate both. I hate all of it. I hate all of it, actually. I know I give you guys a lot of tips, but I'm curious if you could give me some tips. For those of you that have worked with a partner, a husband, a spouse before, you want to give me some tips on how to stay calm, cool, and collected. We're headed towards a new season of life. Life's been very comfortable and cushy for us for a while, and things are getting ready to change. So things are going to be different. I don't know if it's going to be difficult. It may be difficult, but I definitely know that we have some challenges ahead of us. So if you could just offer some words of encouragement, some strategies, some tips. I just want to make sure that my marriage stays good, my marriage stays strong. We both stay liking each other and loving each other, and everything stays really good. Because I told him this was like a long time ago. I said, I just want to let you know, like I've literally built an entire personality, a brand, everything off of Crouppin's Poopin' Scoopin' and with my last name Crouppin. So if we didn't work out, like I would still have to keep your last name. because I'm not going back to my old last name. And then I told him if I remarried, my husband would take the Crouppen last name, my new husband. And my husband then told me to go lay down. He's like, "Why do you do this shit?" I'm like, "I don't know. It's just kind of what goes through my mind." So I just want to make sure everything stays good, you know? 'Cause I'm a little nervous about all of it, but just like you that's listening and watching, you decided to go it all in on yourself. You decided you were going to start a business. You know, it's been 6 years for me since I jumped in and did the whole thing and had the butterflies and the what ifs. And so it's really, really cool to see him go through all of this and just make moves. And I'm really happy to see him switch over from that crummy Android over to an iPhone. That was huge. I think I fell a little bit deeper in love with that man when he did that. That was really sweet. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I got a lot more stuff that I need to do. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to support the show and keep it going, go ahead and click some of my links down below, the jobber link, the school link, schedule a coaching call with me, click my Amazon link, buy something from Amazon. I make videos over there of stupid stuff that I buy and purchase. They're not good. They're really not good videos, but that's a more of like a unedited, unedited version of me over there. So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys going on this journey with me. And until next time, bye.